or to shop online. That's why Absa's digital channels are there for you. It's for you to be able to shop online and transfer money with just a click of a button. That's Africanacity, that's Absa. And for more information, visit their website, www.absa.com.gh, to learn all about their digital channels. Today's relationship is going to talk about fathers because Father's Day is right around the corner. And a lot of us are in relationships with father figures, be it a man who has 3 children, and so he's the dad to the kids, but he's your partner. The kids might not be yours. Or you having a partner and both of you with children, so he's still the dad to the kids. Or even your friend who happens to have children. How do we engage them in these relationships? How do we keep that in mind as we're dating all these father figures that are in our lives? We want to hear from you. So the hashtag to use is Breakfast Daily, and our WhatsApp line is 0550 585832. If you're outside Ghana, you can use the country code +233. Now, normally I'll have just one counselor with me, but today we try to bring both of them so that we get the male's perspective and the female's perspective. So good morning, Bernie.
Good morning, Jifra.
And good morning.
Good morning, Jifra.
How are you both?
Doing well, thank you.
Fine.
Okay, so I'll start with you, Bernie.
Oh, my word.
Why is it even important for us as women to be sensitive to the men in our lives who may be fathers or father figures?
I think the father, first and foremost, good morning to all our cherished viewers, and thanks for having me once again. Fathers, as you know, described, the meaning of a father is source. One that is a source to life, a source to what happens around us. When you have a father figure in your life, what it means is someone that has a mandate to source, to strengthen, and to push the agenda that God has for you to whatever limit or extent that you can go. Now, the reason why I believe that having fathers around matters is that a lot might not be able to happen in one's life without fathers. As a Christian, I study the Bible and I ask myself a lot of questions. One is, why is it that Adam was not the first human to eat the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil? Eve did. When Eve did eat the fruit, nothing happened to the generations of humanity until Adam did. Now, constantly, we need to be able to appreciate the role that fathers play, because what they do has generational impact. Now, people say that men are the heads, but women are the necks, because they have the power to turn the head in any direction that is possible. We cannot discount what women are. In fact, I don't think men will do well on this planet without women. And God was very wise to say that it is not good for man to be alone. So when he was bringing a companion, he didn't choose an elephant, but brought a woman. And Adam was very excited to see that woman has so much to give to us, but not having a father around has so much impact on the life of the individual. And when we talk about fathers or having fathers, men around, they are the source that makes our communities, our homes, becomes what it is. Our women are the ones that hold us, you know, in every aspect of the way.
Mary Rose, Bernie has said it all, but as women, how are our relationships with, regular men who are not father figures, who don't have children, how are those relationships different from the relationship we have with men who serve as fathers and father figures?
Thank you very much. I think your question, I don't know. Our relationship with men who are not fathers yet, or yes, and then father figures. Yeah. When you're relating to somebody of a father figure persona or personality or whatever, I think that you have to accord them a lot of respect, because he has said a lot about some of the things I wanted to say about creation. When God created man and he realized that man was alone, he put in the woman. And I always say that God saw the deficiencies in man, what he had created, and brought the solution in a woman. That is the woman, that's the reason why men don't do too well without women, because their deficiencies are the solution God put in the woman. So the woman comes in to help. So anybody, and then the second one too is that God, he said the father figure is a resource. I see it as a resource in the sense that even when, before you become a father, of course you have to make somebody pregnant and then the baby will be made. That resource, a woman doesn't determine who the child must be in terms of a male or female. It is the man who does it. It is the man who has the capability to make a child a male or female. That is the resource God has put in a man. And so when you are relating to them, you have to accord them a lot of respect. Sometimes you see women and they can really talk men down and abuse them as if they don't matter. I think it's wrong. Because originally God's creation, he created man, that's what he wanted. But after he created, then he realized that no, I still have to add more to him because he was alone and it was not good for him to be alone. So we have been made as a solution. And so if you're a solution to a problem, you don't run down there, because otherwise then your solution doesn't make sense. You understand? If there's no problem, then we don't need any solution. But because there's a problem, that's why you are the solution. But your solution is not supposed to minimize the person or belittle the person. So we have to learn to respect a lot, accord men respect, fathers respect. In the same way, even if the person is not a father, the young person, a younger man or a man who is not a father figure, he's a potential. Yes. And I think the same respect must go. We shouldn't mishandle them. Yesterday, I was watching a documentary that they were doing on men, a few men, their fertility, something to do with their fertility. That because according to them, it looks like a lot of men now are losing fertility because of certain behaviors and all that. So they did test from a teenager to about 41-year-old man. And all the in-betweens, the 20-something to the 40 were fine. And you would think that the younger one, who was 19 years old, should have had a higher fertility. But he was abusing himself. He was drinking, he was smoking, so his sperm count was low. And so he was advised that if he continues like that, he will have challenges at a time that he'll be ready to make babies because he has to. So when you are relating to a younger man, I'm saying that as an example, that when you're relating to a younger man, don't think that, oh, he's not a father, so you can talk to him anyhow or treat him anyhow. He is a potential. He has a resource in him. There's something in him that in future can become something. I mean, I think that is what was overplayed in our culture so much that if it happens in some, especially in the North, in some places when you go and then there's an elderly woman and there's a little boy, the father is not there. The boy is accorded more respect even than somebody who is older, a woman who is older. You know,
but of course, that's a bit sexist.
That is sexist, especially. I mean, in that way. But that's why I said it's been overplayed.
Overdone,
yes, yeah. Because they know that the man helps to bring that kind of. So we have to handle them with a lot of respect. We are equal. We are solution to the men. And so when we are dealing with each other, the respect is, I mean, the biggest thing that I would talk about. Yes.
So Bernie, back to you. What are the expectations that the men in our lives, especially the fathers and father figures, may have? And this is in relations to maybe their partners who they have the kids with and a partner who may not be a mother.
All right, thank you once again. I think I love something that my colleague shared, and linking maybe a little point to that. Why is it that when a child is born, and we need to check the DNA, the woman carried the child, but to check who that child belongs to, we don't test the woman. We test the DNA of a man. You see, once again, it comes to buttress the point of what men are. And like she correctly said, the first thing many times people contend with is respect. Yes, the man wants their respect. I mean, sometimes it's overspoken, oversaid, overplayed, but you cannot discount it. Now, so if you talk about what expectations are there, that is the first one.
Respect.
The respect. And I think, secondly, men need to be accorded the kind of value, or should I say appreciated, for the kind of value they add today. I mean, we've heard stories of many people that had non-resident fathers. I had one, and sometimes people ask, would your life have been better if your father would? Yes, it may have. It may have been worse, because life is about decisions. There are people whose fathers are there, but they are making the wrong choices. And men today have changed a lot from what we were used to. Fathers today are doing more, and I think that they are less appreciated for some of the things they do. Someone was asking me the other day, when it comes to Mother's Day, there's a lot of noise out there about the day, the euphoric atmospheres that are created everywhere, and you can feel it in the atmosphere. The media takes it to a whole new level. But when it comes to Father's Day, yeah, Father's Day on Sunday, and and so on and so forth. Yeah, we don't want to get into.
But do fathers care about that kind of attention and all that?
You see, the people show appreciation for things differently. Men might not be the ones that are really being hyper about some things. It still doesn't mean they don't appreciate these things. I was sharing earlier on with Mary, and one of the critical things that we need to be able to look at is, hey, your man might not be able to come out to say, yes, I want this, I want that, but when you do it, they like it, they appreciate it. Today, let me send it to the bedroom. Today, there are a lot of men who need to take initiations for romantic activities in their homes. The woman, not really so much. I'm not saying all. When a woman does that, it does something to the psychology of the man. It brings the man to a point. Why is it that the men always have to take the...
They have to initiate. Are you
You understand
crying
what
for
I'm
the men on Father's Day?
here. I'm here for the men. I'm talking.
Okay.
Yeah, all the
Let
men.
me go to Marie Rose. So, Bernie's saying a lot of things, and viewers want to hear from you as well. So, use the hashtag and the
Or you
WhatsApp
don't
line.
agree.
He's saying he wants women to initiate
Yeah.
a bit more. So, when it comes to our father figures, how do we? Because I think in a home setting, we always see them as just providers, and that's it. And not just the women, even the children see their role as the one who's just working, and paying the bills, and that's it. How do we fix those kinds of relationships and also pamper them a bit?
Yeah, he said it well. It means that there's that need. He's a man, and it shows that they might not ask for it, but when you do it, they appreciate it, they love it. Some people might not even react to it, but they love
But
it.
isn't it their fault if they don't react?
I've spoken to a few men who, in terms of the bedroom thing, they appreciate the woman initiating. Yes. Today's women, I think they are not that dull like
Our grandmothers.
yes. Some are good at that. Some are, freed women, liberated. So if they're ready, they go for it. Others are still shy and would not even open their eyes or look. So maybe those are the people that will need to be counseled or spoken to more and more. But to pamper the men, yesterday I read another thing from Facebook, which I loved so hard. They said somebody, a young son, went to his father and asked him for 500 Ghana cedis. And the father said, okay, tomorrow I'll give it to you. Unfortunately, the next day, the man's money that was left was 500. But this father gave his son without explanation. Those are the mistakes the men do. Without explanation, just gave the son 450 so that he can keep the 50. He didn't have petrol in his car. Maybe he even decided that he was going to use trotro for that day. And the boy was not happy. So he went straight to the room and definitely would talk to the mother. And so the mother went for 100 cedis and gave it to the son and said, don't mind him. Don't mind your father. take it and add it to it. So it means she's
done
giving,
more.
she's giving him 50 to make up the 500 and extra 50. And then the son quickly goes on to social media. Oh, I have the best mom in the whole wide world.
Forgetting the one that gave him the 450.
Exactly. and these are some of the things that happen. It's a reality. Many times, a woman in that situation, I said that the mistake of the man was that he did not discuss with the wife. He should have told the wife that, oh, our son says he wants 500. All my money left is 500, so I'm going to give him 450. If you have 50 cedis that you can give to me, give me, then I'll add it to it and give it to him. If not, then the woman can have a better view to explain to the son. So if the son came and then told her about it, he said, oh, even his sacrifice, though, you have to appreciate. Go and thank him. Because of you today, he's not going to eat lunch. He's not going to go with his car. He's going to go on trotro and that kind of thing. But then, because the man did not communicate to the woman, or sometimes the woman intentionally, because they want to take all the attention.
Yeah.
Some calculatedly do that, and then they will take the glory and say, "Oh, Memphis, no matter what the man does."
How do we fix that and not make it look like a competition, especially when there are kids involved?
Yes. But I want to talk about the problem first, because some women are fond of doing that, playing down their husbands, all the effort the husband put in their house. They make it nothing. Especially women who have children with men they are not married to. It is so bad that no matter what the man does for the child, I have a man who cried on me so bad. He has taken care of his child for 15 years or so, and this woman will not even, when he's talking to the child on the phone, she's sitting there and telling the child what he has to tell the man. She has managed to manipulate the child so much so that the child can't have a relationship. And this man is yearning for a relationship with this child. We do that a lot. It's not good. As women, we are supposed to encourage our husbands. We are supposed to be their buffer, support, like a cushion. So even if you don't have an idea, it's like sometimes you go somewhere and somebody says, oh, I saw your husband yesterday and I told him to say hello to you. Did he say it? He didn't say it. But you don't have to say that, oh, he didn't tell me. There's oh yeah. When you go home, then you go and
cover the man.
Yes. Learn to cover. So in the Bible, that's why sometimes they say there's this doctrine that people about our hair, that women were not supposed to cut their hair, cover your head and all that kind of thing. There's a doctrine like that. And some people say that women's hair, our hair is the glory of the man. Our hair is supposed to cover the weakness of the man. That's our physical hair. It's supposed to cover the weakness of the man. And in the same way, it goes, without saying that, even in our normal things, where the man, because we are solution, where the man is deficient, you cover it. Don't play it in front of the children that your father is weak, your father is not able to do anything. Oh, he said, daddy hasn't got any money. It's because of you that he's giving you this. Today we are not going to eat, so just say thank you. You have to let your children know that, hey, you people, when you grow up, you have to take care of your dad. He's taking care of you. He's paying school fees. Do you know how much school fees cost? Let them know the sacrifices he's making. He's wearing one pair of shoes. I hear there's a man, he was wearing the same shoes and the children grew up. He has money. And he loves the shoes. And when the shoe gets spoiled, then he'll take it to the shoemaker to do it again. And then he has only 2 or something like that. And the children grew up. They were working and all that. So they went to buy good shoes and then took the old one to hide. But the man found it and took to the cobbler. So the children went there and said, don't mind, don't take it back to me. The man said, still, he loves that. They sacrifice so much that they don't even realize themselves. Sometimes you say, oh, men don't put too much into their outlook and all that. You wear the same trousers and maybe have some 5 shirts. And all that.
I think Marie has done justice to the entire conversation on how we should treat our men. Brian, you have an event coming up, so I want to use the rest to talk about it. Tell us all about it.
Oh, my word. I wish I wanted to make a
let's
quick...
talk about your event.
Yes, I have a trainer's urge.
Nice.
This is a certified professional trainer course that's coming up next week.
Nice.
For anyone who is into HR, into management, you do presentations. This is an opportunity for you to be, trained, to be certified in order to do your deliveries in in a way that you've never done before. You know, so it's coming up. You can reach out to us. Would help you register. This will help you. Trust me. I did my first one in 2007, and I've never looked back. So it's something that puts you to, you know, deliver learning and to share knowledge at, you know, a level that no one, you know, can really compete with.
Okay. When is it happening? Where do we find out more information?
So
Okay,
it's happening
tickets.
from Wednesday, the 23rd, and finishing on Saturday, the 26th.
Nice.
At the Tom Rick Hotel at East Legon.
Okay.
And you can reach out to us, a phone call, a message to 0500 200 944. We'll be able to, you know, we'll connect with you and share all the details that you need. Also on our Facebook pages or LinkedIn or Instagram, you'll find all the information there.
What are the pages?
So it's Board Mogul, or you can check my personal pages as well. Benny Osadria, or at Benny Dia on Twitter, and then also Bernard Osadria on Facebook and LinkedIn, and also Instagram. You find it.
How transformational are workshops like this for our own personal development?
You see, capacity is very important, and skills to be able to do the thing to do. I've met people through this program who are doctorate degree, you know, 3 master degree holders and so on and so forth. But receiving the skill to transfer knowledge is another level that, you know, your qualification might not be able to give you. And it changes the way you speak, the way you communicate the knowledge. I've met a lot of lecturers who have the knowledge base, and they're doing great with our schools. But to come to talk about how knowledge is transferred, this is a special skill that I believe that everyone that goes through it will be able to have.
Mary, to all the father figures, and of course your husband, Eddie.
Yes.
Advanced Father's Day message.
I think that men or fathers out there, you should not always try to be too tough. If you need something, if you want praise, if you want to be appreciated, sometimes you have to ask for it. Ask for it if you need it that bad, if it is not coming forth. But I think that I will also encourage you that the path that a lot of men are taking these days, or a lot of fathers are taking these days, taking care of their children, being involved in their children's activity. You go to schools, fathers are bringing their children to school. They don't just give the money to their wives. They bring their children, they pick them, they take them to the clinic when they are not well. They help them with the homework. Those who are not doing it, I think it's about time you play up your game, because whatever that is, children born naturally with their mothers. You have to put in a lot of work. You have to accept that you have to put in that extra work that the children would appreciate you when you grow up. They will not neglect you. They would have time and talk to you.
Happy Father's Day to all of our fathers. Thank you, Marie Rosaki and Benny Osadria, for being with us.
Happy Father's Day to
Don't
the
go
father
anywhere,
of my
guys.
children, Reverend Samuel Abetsaki at E-Process.
Hi there. We hope you enjoyed the show.
Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends.
This is Breakfast Daily on Citi TV.
Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10. Join us for breakfast daily, only on Citi TV.